welcome to Zingy Zainab's haunted house with their friends.
There is a legend called werewolves. People say that at every full moon night, when the moon is full,
Werewolf is where?
werewolves are people. Yes, we don't
In
know.
Harry Potter, the werewolves come.
Really?
Yes.
So they say that people turn into wolves. Their nails grow longer, their teeth become sharper, and their face turns into that of a wolf. They grow a tail, and then they start to hunt. So, this is a story of a man who lived in a farm in Germany. And he was a very good farmer. He had a beautiful daughter, a very caring wife, and lots of
In
sheep
which place?
in a place called Dresden in Germany. Dresden is a city in Germany. What?
It is inside Berlin.
It is close to Berlin. So every night he would plow and he will come home. Wife will prepare nice pita bread for him. And as Germans, they would love soup and they would eat the pita bread and soup and then he would go to bed because he gets up early. Farmers get up before dawn and they start again sowing seeds and doing the harvest. Every night, sometimes he will hear a sound. Ooh, from very far away. He would not know what the sound is. He would not even know if this is a
werewolf.
Was it a werewolf? We didn't know. He knew there were wolves in the forest near his place, but they never bothered him, and he never thought of anything but just jungle animals. One night, suddenly, there was a noise outside in the barn. Barn is where he kept his sheep. And suddenly the sheep started bleating. Bah, bah, bah. And there was a noise, a commotion. And the sheep were hustling and bustling. And there was a lot of noise of hooves. And suddenly there was one growl. And before our Mr. Farmer could grab his rifle and go out, suddenly,
What's rifle?
rifle, a gun, a long gun, and he wanted to shoot. He thought a wolf has come, and there was no wolf, but there was one sheep missing. From the flock, there was one sheep missing. Now he became very vigilant. He said, "Okay, I have to be more careful." So next day morning, Mr. Farmer put strong wooden fences. He was very careful. He bolted the door and he went to sleep. This time, in the middle of the night, quiet, when the crickets were chirping, eek, eek, and the frogs were croaking, croak, croak, there was a sound of a wolf coming in, and wolf growled. And before again farmer could react, one sheep was missing. Now this started becoming a habit. Mr. Farmer would get up, he would make more fences, he would put tar wires, but always every night, somehow, this wolf would sneak in despite the fences and the barbed wires, and every day.
Werewolf. They could put electricity and something.
But why the farmer could not do this? To use a steel fence, and he will put some wires inside the. If he breaks that wires, a strong electricity current, which the current gives.
But
the
they don't
current
have it with
that current,
Yeah.
with the current laser, the
But they were also very poor, and this is a story before.
And they can put fire.
Yeah, there were no security cameras. This is an old story. It's a legend where there were no. They used to use candle. There were no torches, and then Mr. Farmer got worried. So one day he got a sheepdog. You know a sheepdog?
Yes, who catches sheep.
Yes, he guides. It's called a guide dog.
In farms also they are
They have a sheepdog, and the sheepdog would bark So 2 days the wolf did not come. And Mr. Farmer felt very happy. I think the sheep are safe. One night the dog started barking. Boo! Boo! And bow, 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 bow. And he was barking and barking and barking. And suddenly, ooh, 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 ooh. The barks became whimper, quieter. And suddenly, as Mr. Farmer went out with his rifle, the dog was dead. The guide dog, that we don't know.
The werewolf.
The werewolf. Now Mr. Farmer decided, I must do something. This is becoming
You
very...
should get there in the night now.
Yes, he should be there in the night. So now what Mr. Farmer did, that night he told his wife and his daughter to be very quiet. And he told them, when I get in there, you burn fire on and then show me the mashal, the torch. That means that the fire is lit.
Yeah.
And he quietly hid between the sheep. So Mr. Farmer was hiding between the sheep, quietly in between few sheep. And he was waiting with his rifle, waiting. And then at the stroke of midnight, when it struck tung, tung, there was a town clock. And tongs, they will have how many tongs in midnight?
Yeah, in churches it is.
Yes, it's there, 12 tong, tong. There was a sound. Ooh.
Farmer was scared.
Mr. Farmer was scared, but he was also courageous. He was brave. And that is what bravery is. Despite fear, you still act. And he took his rifle and he waited quietly.
shaking.
Like this.
His hands were trembling. And then from far, he saw a figure. Not of a wolf, but of a lady. A woman who was walking towards him. And as she's walking, she's making the noise. Ooh! She's coming closer. Mr. Farmer takes the aim. He puts his rifle right between the two eyes on the forehead
So how
of...
can she eat the sheep?
She will turn into a wolf now. As she is coming, she is bending on four legs. Her face has not turned, but her hands have become like claws. The nails have become sharper. The teeth have become, yes,
Like witches.
like witches. And Mr. Farmer's about to take an aim, and there he saw the face of his daughter. It was not a werewolf. It was his daughter who was becoming the werewolf to eat the sheep. He could not take the aim. His hands started trembling. He was worried. And he said, I still have to kill her. And he took the aim. The moment he loaded the gun, tap, another wolf came and jumped on him from the back. And that was his
And
wife. The farmer was living with two werewolves in his own house. The werewolves jumped on the farmer and ripped him apart. And means tore him apart. And then the legend says that the werewolves ran with the sheep, never to be seen again.
so the farmer died.
The farmer died. This is a legend of the werewolf. People say that these are werewolves. Upon research, people found out that this is not true. The two girls did not turn into wolves. They were real people who used the skin of the wolf to kill this wicked farmer. This farmer was
How
a
he
wicked
was
man.
wicked?
He was wicked because he used to kidnap small children. So the legend says
Why he used to kidnap?
that is why he was wicked.
Who?
This farmer, and he used to feed this to the wolves.
What?
This farmer used to take the children and feed it to the wolves. So his wife and his daughter decided a plan how to nab him. And that is how the legend of the werewolf started. The werewolves, they say Some people say they're real. What do you think? Are werewolves real or are they not real?
No.
No.
Really?
Just wolves.
They are just wolves?
Men.
Yeah.
People.
People wolf? I think wolves are not bad, isn't it? Wolves are good. People have made them into a bad wolf, like the Red Riding Wolf.
And they have made like werewolves are not venom, so they want to make wolves only bad. Why
Yeah.
can't they make elephants, tigers,
Okay, so
horses?
in our next videos, we'll talk about bats and snakes and witches and grumplins. So until then, ooh,
Good night.
haunted house. Good night.